If you've landed on this video, then you probably want to set up an automated content generation system for your business that generates content on autopilot using AI. But after seeing all those YouTube videos, you're very confused on which system you should set up, because one of the videos shows it as a very easy process while the other as a very hard process. And to solve that problem, I have put together this video that shows you 3 different levels of an AI content generation system, starting with easy, then medium, and then hard, so that you can decide which one you're in need of. So if you're ready, let's get started. Hello everybody, my name is Yashika Jain. I'm the founder of OpenAI. At OpenAI, we build automated systems for businesses that use the power of AI. In this video, we will be talking all about content generation systems and taking you through the different levels of it. I guess now we are finally ready to get started.
Okay, so for the people that are wondering which software we're going to be using, so we're going to be using Make.com. Make.com is a no-code automation software that will allow us to build this entire system without writing a single piece of code. You can find the link to this software in my description below. That is also my affiliate link. So in case you want to sign up with them, then you would go ahead and use my link to do so. So now let me walk you through the different levels of the automation before we go into the actual tutorial, so that you can decide that which one you want to build. So on screen you can see the first level of the automation, or the beginner's automation, or the noob automation, whatever you want to call it. And one more thing, before we begin with any of these, let me explain the trigger to you. So in our case, the trigger is going to be an RSS feed for all the different 3 levels. Basically, we will be monitoring a website, and whenever they publish any article or a blog post on their website, it is going to trigger the automation. And you can obviously filter which topics you want to go with, but this would be the trigger. There is no manual point at the beginning. If you want to set up a manual point, then you could go ahead with say Typeform or Google Form, wherein you put in a few details like the raw idea, and then it generates the post. But for this one, we want to do an RSS feed because we want a completely automated system so that it generates content while you're sleeping. Okay, now we can finally go into the different levels. One second. Okay, so this starts with the trigger. Then we basically get the details about the blog post. It goes to AI. AI generates the content and it posts it to the social media channel. It could be Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook. Okay, so this is the beginner's automation system. Now this is the second level of it. The difference being that instead of just saying that ChatGPT, take this blog post and convert it into a LinkedIn post, we're actually putting in efforts to find the different details about the post, like the keywords, the outline, etc., and then generate the piece of content. So if you look at the quality of the content that is generated, then there would be a huge difference in the level 1 and level 2, because the level 1 is just a normal prompt and a normal piece of content, but the second one, we have put in the real efforts to get the correct piece of content that doesn't sound robotic and makes sense, and is also SEO enabled. So here also the same process follows. It triggers with the RSS feed, that is the website. Then it goes to OpenAI for some keyword research. Then we send it to assistant. We look at the viral templates. And then finally, when we have the post that is high quality, only then we post it to the channels. We're actually giving AI the information that it needs to create a good post. For example, the viral templates for that particular social media channel. For example, LinkedIn. Certain types of formats only go viral on LinkedIn. Not any text goes viral. Okay, now we can finally go over to the third level of the system. But before that, I want you to notice that in level 1 and level 2, we are directly publishing the post that was generated by OpenAI to the platform. And that is something that a lot of people don't want to have. They want to see the content that has been generated and approve it before publishing it to the real social media platform. And that's where the level 3 comes. This is level 3. You might be thinking that this is very similar to level 2, then what is the difference? The difference is that we have a full drawn dashboard for this particular level. So this is the content generation dashboard that we have for the third build. So in the dashboard category, you can see all the different data about the content. Then there is also a system to approve the content. For example, when the content would be generated in the third level, it would come in under the pending review category. Then the person can come into the dashboard, he or she can check the content that was generated, so it would be mentioned here, and he or she can also add the date when they want to publish it, and then click on the schedule button so that it gets scheduled for this particular date. Because for level 1 and level 2, it gets published anytime. So anytime there is a new blog post article, it generates the thing and publishes it. But we want to have a full calendar that publishes content, let's say thrice a week. And that is where this feature is very, very important. And they can also take a look at the content calendar to see when something is getting published and can plan their content accordingly. Another thing is that for Instagram and Facebook, they might have to publish images. So for level 1 and level 2 and even level 3, we are creating the images with AI. But for level 3, the person could also upload the image within this particular dashboard so that it gets uploaded. So it is in the attachments right here. And if they want to take an overall view of what is happening, then they can come over to this one and then check, okay, this is pending a review, then this one is scheduled, and the other statuses. So I hope you get the difference between level 1, level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is for beginners who want to just set up a quick system and learn it. Level 2 is for the people that are looking for good quality of content, and level 3 is for people that are looking for good quality of content along with a dashboard where they can manage everything. So I hope you're very excited to see how each one of these have been built out, and in this video I will be giving you a full tutorial on each level so that you can replicate it for your own self. Okay, so let's start with level 1. Kindly follow along to set it up in case you want to go with level 1. So for the trigger, you're going to select RSS and then watch RSS feed items. Now, as I said earlier, we will be monitoring websites for new blog posts or articles. So you could monitor a news website. So in my case, I want to publish content that is related to AI. So I found a website that publishes AI news very frequently. So let me show it to you right here. Yeah, so the name of the website is techcrunch.com, and they have a category for AI, and they keep publishing on it every single day or maybe once in 2 days. So I really liked it, and I thought of monitoring this website for my automation. So you don't need to go with the same website. You can go with any other news website or any website that publishes blog posts, and you need to right click on it and select view page source. That would take you to a new tab, and here don't get panicked, just click on Ctrl F to search, and now search for the word RSS. Okay, RSS, and you will find say 1 or 5 responses. Okay, let's see all the 5 responses. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. Let's come back to the first one. So you want to go with a URL that says /feed or /RSS or something like that, or you could go with the URL that is next to application /RSS type. Okay, so in my case it is this particular URL. So you need to copy that particular URL and come back to your automation. Then you need to click on it and input your URL right here. So this is their RSS URL. Whenever they publish any blog post, any article on their website, it is going to trigger this automation, and we will be able to use their blog post to create our content. So I hope you have found the RSS feed of the website that you want to monitor. In case you're having any issues, let me know in the comments below. Now, we don't want to publish any content that comes through. So maybe in my case, I just want to publish content that is related to artificial intelligence. So in that case, you can just click on a new module and then this particular icon and then set up a filter. In filter, you can say something like the title must contain the word AI, right? So that's an example. Or you could say that the summary must contain the word AI or artificial intelligence. It really depends, and that's how you filter it down. We need this filter because you don't want to be publishing every single piece of content that comes on your website, right? So just create some sort of a filter here. I will not be doing it because I want to show you the tutorial, etc., but you make sure to do it. Now, if you look closely, you will just see the title, the summary, and the description of the blog post to be fetched by this trigger module. But we actually want the entire blog post content so that we can push it to AI and ask it to repurpose it. And to do so, we need to scrape that particular web page because these guys are not giving us the content right away. So for the scraping, I want to use Appify. So Appify helps us to connect with all these different actors, they call it actors, via API and do different tasks. So in our case, we want to scrape that web page. So I connect it to a web scraping actor and set it up. Now you could go with that heavy scraping make.com modules, like there are about 10 of them, but I really don't want to go into that much detail and handle all the errors because we can easily do it with this Appify actor and it doesn't even cost that much. You could also do it on a free plan because they provide certain credits. So let's go ahead at Appify and set up our actor. Okay, so here I am on appify.com. I already have an account, so I will go to console, but I guess you don't have it, so you can sign up with them for free. I guess I have an affiliate link for this one as well, so you can check out the description for that. Okay, right, so here I am on my account. So as you can see, I'm also using the free version of it because they give like $5 worth of credits for free and we don't usually need that much. So you're gonna go to store and there you will be searching for a website content crawler. You need to click on it and then select start, or maybe whichever green button it is showing you on your particular Appify account, or it could also say save and start, but whatever it is, just click on it and it will then appear in your actors tab right here. Okay, if you're still confused on what it does, let me tell you that we will be getting the blog post link etc from this trigger, but we won't be getting the entire blog post content from this trigger, and hence we need to scrape that content using this particular actor. So I hope it has arrived in this particular section of your account. Then you can just keep it open and come back to the automation. Select Appify and then run an actor. Then select this drop down button and select the website content crawler actor. Next, select no. And for this particular code, you need to go back to Appify. Then come here to JSON. Okay. Then you need to expand it. Yeah, just expand it by clicking on this button. Control A, Control C, just copy the entire thing. Come back to make.com and paste it right here. Now we just need to change one thing. That is this URL. You have to find this in the last or like second last line. And for URL, you want to map it from the first module. So we want to scrape the URL that comes from the first module, that is the blog post, right? So just delete whatever there is and select URL, okay? And then you can simply click on OK. It is that simple to scrape a particular website in make.com without code. Now it takes the actor a considerate amount of time to scrape it, and hence we need to stop the scenario, and that is why you're going to select tools and then sleep and then make it sleep for about 5 minutes so that the actor scrapes the entire website and has the content ready for us. So that is pretty straightforward. Next, we want to get whatever this actor has for us. Again, you're going to select Appify, and this time you're going to select Get Dataset Items. Basically, whatever this particular actor got for us would be fetched via this module. So just select it, and for the dataset ID, you need to come here, just click on it, and then search dataset right here, and then you will find the ID here. You can click on it, and then it will appear here. For the data transformation, select clean. For the format, select JSON, and the limit to be 100. That's it. Now you have the blog post content in front of your eyes. Like every single piece of text on that web page has been scraped by our Appify actor. So you can close the Appify tab for the time being. Now that we have all the information that we need, let us pass it to OpenAI. So for the purpose of this video, I am creating content for Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. You might want to create it for, say, any one of these. So it really depends, but I'm going to give you a tutorial for each one of these. So as I said, the level 1 doesn't really focus on the quality of the content, and hence we will be doing very simple prompting, just saying that, take in the blog post, give us the Twitter post. That's it. Okay, so for that we need to select OpenAI and then create a completion. Then for the model, you can go ahead with any model, but I would go ahead with the newest one, that is GPT-4o mini. Then for the system prompt, just write a normal prompt like, you are a content repurposer. You will be given a blog post to repurpose into a Twitter post. Remember to stay within the character limit because Twitter has a character limit. The blog post should serve as an inspiration, follow Twitter's style of content, only respond with the post content, avoid any extra context or references, include hashtags for the post. That's it. And then you select a user role and push in the blog post content that we just now scraped using Appify. So if you click on it, you will see that for this URL, it has scraped like all the text, all the information that was ever there on the web page. And that's how you select it. So remove this and just select this. Okay, yeah, it's there. And for maximum tokens, just go with 0 because it allows us to use the maximum number of tokens for that particular model of OpenAI. Next up, you're going to select Twitter, and the text content would be the result from this OpenAI module. As easy as that. Do the same step for LinkedIn, for Instagram, etc. So you are a content repurposer, just this time add LinkedIn instead of Twitter, and that's it. And the rest of it remains the same. We're pushing in the blog post content. Now, as you know that for Instagram, we need images. So we're going to generate the image. But before that, we will be generating the caption. And the prompt would be the same. Just add Instagram this time and tell it to respond with the post caption and push in the blog post content. That's it. For the image, you're going to select generate an image and this model. And then you can write an easy prompt that says, take inspiration from the following blog post summary to create an engaging image for the Instagram post. The image must be realistic and futuristic, and it must be vibrant and vivid, following the Instagram dopamine algorithm. And with this prompt, I get really good images. I'm not even kidding. And then you can push in the blog post summary instead of the entire blog post. So you will find it right here. Okay, that's it. And then select the size, the standard, the style, and the response format as you see on screen. And just map it out in the Instagram module. That's it. Same goes for Facebook. Firstly, generate the caption, push in the blog post content, then generate the image that takes the blog post summary. and map it out in the Facebook module. So this was the level 1 of automated content generation system that is quite simple. No heavy prompting, no heavy formatting, just simple text going here and there. And I've also covered a lot of basics in here, like how to set up RSS, how to set up Apify, etc., that we will be also using in level 2 and 3. So if you have watched level 1, then that's really great because now your basics are strong. So if you're ready, we can go over to level 2, and then we will also be doing level 3, and then we will be testing all these systems together to compare the results. Okay, now let's go to level 2 that I also call as the pro level, and the difference here is that the quality of content is better than the first one. So again, the trigger is going to be the same, that is the RSS feed. So if you have skipped the first level, then I would encourage you to go back and see how to set this up, and then you can come back here. Then again, the filter also remains the same from the first step, and the Apify part also remains the same because we want to be getting the content of the blog post. So if I show you, it's the same, right? And then we sleep for 300 seconds, then we get the content that was generated here, that was scraped here with this, and this is the part that remains the same from the first level. Now this is where things get different. So you need to select an OpenAI module and then create a completion. So for this one, we will be pointing out the primary keyword for the blog post. So I don't know if you know it, but all these social media platforms use search engine optimization. So whoever's post has the best search engine optimization comes up and gets viral, and the ones that don't follow it go down. As simple as that. So we don't want our post to be going down, and hence we will do SEO. And for SEO, we need to point out the keywords and then use them in our post content. So the job of this particular AI chat completion would be to figure out the primary keyword from the blog post. So this is the prompt for getting the primary keyword. Don't worry, I will be sharing it with you in the description below. So basically, I've told it that you will be given the blog post content, and you need to extract the most significant keyword that best represents the overall theme and subject matter of the article. Then some more description. Then there is another system role that says that output only the primary keyword and avoid any other text and references. And then the user pushes in the blog post content that we have scraped using Apify. So basically it gives the entire blog post and then says that, okay, this is the blog post, now tell me the primary keyword that is search engine optimized that should be there in my social media post. This is a very crucial step to have even when you're generating blog post, or when you're generating website copy, or when you're generating social media content, because all of these use search engine optimization. Okay, so this was the primary keyword. Now we need to figure out the secondary keyword. So the primary keyword is one keyword, but the secondary keyword could be like 3 or 4. For example, for artificial intelligence, we could say AI agents, we could say ChatGPT, or the other trending keywords, right? So here also it remains the same, but we're telling it to identify 3 secondary keywords and separate them using a comma. Okay, so I will provide you with the prompt, so look for it in the description below. So here we're passing in the blog post content that was scraped and telling it to respond with the 3 secondary keywords that my social media post must include to get viral. Okay? Yeah, and please make sure to save your scenario, because if you don't do that, then you will lose all of your hard work. Okay, so by now you have your blog post in front of you, you have your primary keyword for SEO, you have your secondary keyword, and now it is time to set the tone for your social media post. So every person has a different tone when it comes to copywriting. Okay, so I prefer posts that are very to the point. They are like human written. It shouldn't be like too robotic. I want it to be very natural and to the point, as I said. So hence I had to set up a tone for my post, because I don't want any random tone to come in my post. For example, say a descriptive post. I don't want that. And hence I've written a tone prompt for all of the different platforms, because they also prefer different tones. Instagram prefers exciting tone, whereas LinkedIn prefers professional tone, right? So that is why it is very important to do so. So here my variable name is tone for Instagram, and then I've told it to keep it vibrant, engaging, have an aspirational tone, include emojis, not more than 2, because then it looks spammy, and then some other information. Now I'm pretty sure that you have tried content generation systems previously and you found that the content is very robotic sounding. But I have found the hack to it of how I can make it sound like a human wrote it. So to do so, you need to include this particular word in your prompt, that is Spartan. So 60% Spartan with a casual tone. That is what lets it be human and not robotic. So Spartan is basically there to make it sound like a human. You could go ahead and Google the entire meaning, but let's do it. Okay. So I found it in some other YouTube video and I found it really helpful, and I have been using it since then. So Spartan meaning. So showing or characterized by austerity or a lack of comfort or luxury. Strange. Simple and not particularly comfortable. Okay, fine, let's leave this. Anyways, using this particular word makes your content seem like a human wrote it. Okay, so just include this in your prompt along with a casual undertone. Okay, and also include this line that it must sound like a human wrote it. Now I know it sounds very stupid, but this is very effective. Just use it and see the magic, right? Now coming to Facebook, so have a warm and an inviting tone, etc., etc., and then I've mentioned it here as well. Next we have Twitter, that is crisp and catchy. You have to maintain the platform humor, etc. 60% Spartan, casual undertone, sound like a human. Then LinkedIn, so here I've said professional yet approachable, right? But here I've made it 40% Spartan because I want it to be a little professional and not so casual, right? And then at the end I've also had a variable that is called instructions. So whenever I want to kind of add any instruction to all the different these assistants, then I simply add it here and it gets applied to all of them, instead of me going in every module and then typing it out. So I've just created a variable, I change it here and it gets changed there. So don't worry, you'll find all of these prompts so that you can use it. Next would be a router. So one goes for Twitter, then LinkedIn, Instagram, and then Facebook. We don't need any filters here. So for Twitter, the first step would be to find a post template. Now, as you know that on Twitter, only certain post formats work and not all of them work, right? So I have trained an AI assistant that fetches the best matching post template for that particular blog post. For this one, we won't be using chat completion. Instead, we will be using message and assistant, because we want to add knowledge files of the working Twitter formats, right? So you will be coming over to OpenAI. You need to create an account, then select dashboard, then assistant, and then create a new assistant. Name it something like Twitter post template selector or something like that. then give it these instructions that you're given the tweet formats that work, and you need to point out the template that would work best for the given blog post. Okay, you will get the prompt in the description if you're wondering. And now we need to add knowledge to it, telling it which Twitter post formats are working in 2024 right now. So for that, since I'm not a master at it, I just googled it out, and somebody's website had an article saying that these 12 formats work the best, right? And I really liked it, so I kind of created a document out of it and then uploaded it right here. So tweet templates.md. So .md is markdown format that works really well for GPTs. Basically, I just copy pasted the web page content into a Google Doc, and then I downloaded it as an MD file. That's it. No rocket science. Then I reduced the temperature, and yeah, my GPT was ready. So I will provide you access to this file that has the tweet templates that your GPT can use, so that you can upload it directly instead of going to the website, searching for that, creating it, downloading it, and uploading it. Okay? Yeah. Now similarly, you also have to do it for LinkedIn. So the prompt is going to be almost the same, and I have uploaded kind of, I guess, 23 LinkedIn formats that work the best, and yeah, it uses them to get me the best one and then create the post out of it. So let's come back to the automation. So message an assistant. We're going to message the Twitter post template generator assistant, and we're just going to be giving it the blog post content and saying that respond with the suitable template. Okay, so it's going to give you a template with all the variables, etc., so that your post has more chances of going viral as compared to the first level, right? Yeah, because it follows the format that is trending on Twitter. So that's it. You will get access to the knowledge base, don't worry about that. And next would be our main module that creates the post. So generate a Twitter post, use the primary keyword, the tone, the selected format, the blog post, etc. So I've given it all of these right here, instructions, and then some more information, and that's it, the blog post content, that's it. So that's how I get good quality, high quality content from OpenAI that doesn't even sound robotic, and also goes viral and is also SEO optimized. Now you just have to do the same thing for LinkedIn, but yeah, just make sure to map it out here. Yeah. So message assistant, this time we're going to message the LinkedIn post template generator one. So create two of these. Okay, one for Twitter, one for LinkedIn, and then do the same thing. Send it the blog post and get the template. Easy. Next would be creating the post. So again, it's the same thing, right? And just map it out here. Now coming to Instagram and Facebook, we don't really need templates for Instagram and Facebook because it's just a caption. You don't have a template for a caption, right? So yeah, just improve on your prompt as compared to the level 1. Just have a good prompt like this one. Give it the primary keyword, the secondary keyword, the tone, the instructions, and some more instruction along with the blog post, and you will get a very nice SEO enabled caption that looks like a human generated it. And the generate an image would be the same because it worked well in level 1 as well. Do the same thing for Facebook, and now you have your Facebook and Instagram set up in no time. So this was level 2. The quality of our content has exponentially risen, and it looks good. We have everything set up. It is following the viral templates, etc., etc. Now we can finally go over to the advanced level wherein we set up a dashboard for this setup. So if you see here, it just publishes it on the go. So it gets the blog post, it does all of this, and it publishes. But in the third level, we're going to have the dashboard where you approve it and schedule it. Okay, here we are on the automation. So I don't think I need to explain everything again because it is the same as the previous one. The only difference is that we're not posting it directly. We're just doing the dashboard thing. So let me skim through. So starting with RSS, I explained it in level 1. Then Appify, again level 1. Then primary keyword, secondary keyword from level 2. Okay, the tone from level 2. The assistant, this one, the post template assistant from level 2. And yeah, create the post also from level 2. Now the only thing that we need to set up is the Airtable dashboard. So let's get into that. So if you see, creating all of this takes a lot of time, and it is a little bit of a tedious process, and I don't want to be going into all of that. Instead, what I can do is I can give you the link to copy this as it is in your Airtable so that you can save all the time of creating this, and you can directly link it with your make.com automation that you have set up so far. So how does that sound? If it sounds good, then go into the description and find the link to copy this Airtable database along with the interface. Okay, so once you copy it, you will see something like this in front of your eyes. Okay, I hope so. But yeah, the main two tabs would be the content type and the generated content. You can ignore these three. Okay, so for content type, you will be changing the name of the social media platform. So for example, you might only go with LinkedIn, right? So you can delete these three and just go with LinkedIn, and that's it. Just change the name of it. Then in generated content, I don't think you need to change anything here. Yeah, just let it be as it is, right? Then click on interfaces. And that would get you to something like this. Again, you don't need to change anything. So a thing that took me like 2 to 3 hours to set up is there in front of you in say 2 minutes. So that's the beauty of templatizing things and sharing it with your audience. Right, so now let's finally go ahead and connect it with make.com. Okay, so as you know, the content has been generated. Now we need to push it to the database. So let's find it, view data. Yeah, so now we need to push it to this particular table, that is generated content, so that it appears on the dashboard, right? So you're going to select Airtable, create a record, you're going to connect your Airtable with it, you're going to select the base, that is AI content generation system, then the table. Okay, now for the record ID, let's say this is for Twitter. So I will be going here, I will be going to content type, then Twitter, expand it, and here in the search bar you can find the record ID. So just copy this record ID and paste it here. Okay, if you don't see this, then just click on the plus button and you will see it. Just paste the record ID here so that the system knows that okay, this particular content is linked with Twitter and not LinkedIn, right? We don't want to mix things up. Now for the content, that is this field, we want to map the content that was generated by OpenAI. So just click on it and select the result. Now for the date, you can come here, then you need to come to the calendar icon and select now. So it is going to take the date of today. So date created, date of today. Okay, and I guess that's it. Just click on OK. And now whenever there would be any tweet generated, it would be added to this particular table with the content, with the date, with the status, etc. Okay, let's see if we added the status. Let's see. Yeah, for the status, please do it as pending review. Okay, yeah. Now let's go ahead and do LinkedIn. So the same step again. The only thing that we need to change would be the record ID. So come back here, content types, this time LinkedIn, expand, find the record ID here, copy and paste it here, and also change the content. So it's this module, and easy as that. Let's do Instagram now. So you'll find the record ID here. Yeah, easy. Now the another difference is to add the file attachment. So if you remember, we are generating images for Instagram and Facebook, so we want to add that as an attachment. So click on the plus icon, and for the file URL, go here, go to data, and then the URL. Okay, click on this. That's it. Don't give it any name, nothing. That's it. And the same goes for Facebook as well. Just change the record ID, change the content, and change the file URL. And please save the automation. That is literally it. Now every time there would be a piece of content generated, it would be added in here. Okay, why did I create a record? No, let's not disturb the system, but yeah, it would be added right here. Now if you're done with this, you can come ahead and see interfaces to see if everything is good. There shouldn't be any problem in this. You might also want to add a test record just to see if things are working for you, and it should work for sure. But if you have any issues, just drop it in the comments and I'll try my best to resolve it for you. Now that we have this set up, before testing all of these, I want to show you one more automation that would allow you to schedule and publish the content from level 3. So if you remember, we're not publishing the content on the go. Instead, the user is selecting a publish date, and then the content is published on that particular date. So if you see the calendar, then it is published on that particular date. So for that, we need to set up a very small, a tiny automation, and we should be good. So let me show you that. Yeah, so this is the tiny automation. So basically, you want to select Airtable, watch records, select your base, select this table, generated content, the trigger field, the label, and the limit. Okay, one more thing that we need to do in Airtable, just give me a moment. So just come back to your Airtable, go to view data, and then if you see scheduled for today here, then well and good. But if you don't see it, then click on this. One second, where was it? I guess you can just duplicate this. Yeah, just click on this, duplicate the view. Okay, just rename the view and make a filter saying that when the published date is today. Okay, so when the published date is today, I'll just delete this. Yeah, so when the published date is today, it's going to add the record in this particular view, so that the automation knows that okay, I only need to take the records that are scheduled for today. That's it. Okay, just make that change. But I think when you copy my Airtable base, you should find it here. So let me show you. So let's say the published date is I'll select today's date, 27. Okay, so now if I come here, I can see that my record is scheduled for today. As easy as that, right? So just select the view, and that's it. Then the simple, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram thing that you need to do. And that's how you publish the content for when it is scheduled. And for the scheduling of this automation, you will go with at regular intervals, and then let's go with once a day, every day. 1 second. Yeah, let's go with every day, so that this automation runs every day at this time, and it checks for all the posts that are scheduled for today, and if it finds them, it publishes them. That's it. Okay, just do that and turn on the automation. Right, we have finally set up the system, and now it is time to test level 1, level 2, and level 3. So if you're excited, let's go ahead and test all of the hard work that we have done so far. Okay, so here I am on level 1, and I have just unlinked my social media modules because I don't want it to be published right then and there. But yeah, so let's test it without these, and I will show you the content that was generated by OpenAI. So just to be clear, I have not set up the AI filter that says that only take the blog posts that are AI related right now, because I want to test it on the go. And if I select AI, then maybe it wouldn't trigger because there was no AI article today, right? So I've just not set it up right now, and it might take any random article and create it into social media content. But you must have a filter here because it is very essential. Okay, so yeah, let me just trigger it. And as you know, there is a 5-minute delay here, so I'm going to pause the video when there is a delay, and then when the content is generated, I'll turn it back on. Okay, so let's do run once. Let's see if it finds any new article. Okay, so it found one. Let's see. So okay, it is for Apple iPhone 16. Okay, there is a launch event on September 9, so it is on that. Okay, nice. So let's see what content it generates. Like right now it is on sleep, so let me pause the video. Okay, so the content has been generated. Let us look at the results. So I'll come over here and then results. So I guess my video is hindering the process. Let me move my video and come back. Okay, I hope it is visible now. So if we look at results, this is the tweet that it is generated for the Apple 16 launch. So exciting news, Apple is set to unveil the iPhone 16. So if you see, it sounds a little robotic, but yeah, expect new features. We could see Apple Watch and some emojis. So hashtag iPhone 16, hashtag tech news. So that is the tweet that level 1 has generated. Now let's look at LinkedIn. So excited biz as Apple gears up to unveil the iPhone 16. Okay, with its tagline, could we see this? What features are we looking up to? So yeah, this is good. It is asking for engagement, so that's nice. Hashtag Apple event, hashtag iPhone 16 tech innovation AI gadget goals. Okay, so that was LinkedIn. Let's look at Instagram. Get ready for glow time. The iPhone 16 event is set for September 9 at 10 a.m. Expect bigger screens, new photo buttons. Okay, this is also fine. Let's see Facebook. Get ready, Apple fans. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's look at the image. So I'll go to data and then one and then this URL. Let's open it up. It's not so good, but to be very honest, when I was not recording and I was testing it while I was building the system, the images were pretty nice. So I think one thing to add in the prompt would be to not include text in the images, because if you can see, it has made a lot of mistakes. So what is this? It's glow time dopamine. I don't know what this is. So basically add it to the prompt that don't include any text within your images. Yeah, so make it a thumb rule not to include any text in the images. So I've been recording since an hour or so, and now I've started hallucinating. But yeah, let's see the Facebook image if it is any better. I personally like the idea of having the image as a human generated one and then the text as an AI generated one, because it really increases the chances of going viral. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to have an AI generated image. So this seems fine, but I think 6 should be there. So it's iPhone 16, so it should be 16, but they have 9 and they have fireworks, so it's fine. I would recommend not to do this generate an image thing. Instead, have the level 3 and then upload the images within the dashboard so that it takes the human images while taking the AI text. So yeah, just an advice for you. Let's save this. So I hope you've seen the content. So we did not put a lot of efforts in level 1. It was normal prompting, and that's how the results are. Now let's go ahead and test Pro. But before that, just make sure if you're using level 1, then turn on the automation so that every time there is a new blog post, article on that particular website, it triggers and you have your content posted in case you're going with level 1. Okay, if not, then leave it off like me. Now it's time for Pro. So let me trigger the automation and see if we find any new article right here, and then I'll show you the results. So let's see if I can move my camera. No, okay. I've kept myself in the middle this time so that we can see the results and we can also trigger it. Right, so let me trigger it, run once. Yeah, that's fine. Ignore warnings. Oh, okay, right. So I had to unlink this so that it doesn't post on my social media accounts. Thank you, make.com, for letting me know, because otherwise it would have really posted it. Thank you, make.com. Right, okay, let's run it now. I'll just save it once, run. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's the same article. Apple iPhone 16. So since this particular automation had not taken the article prior to this, that's why it took iPhone 16 article. Otherwise, it wouldn't have repeated it again. So here the scraping is taking place. We're scraping the blog post. So let's meet when we get the results. Okay, so we finally have the results, and I'm very excited to have a look at what we have as compared to the level 1. Right, so let's start with Twitter. So there I go. Okay, exciting news. Apple is gearing up to reveal the iPhone 16 lineup on September 9 at the Steve Jobs Theater. Get ready for the shiny new features and maybe an Apple Watch Series 10 announcement too. Will AI integration steal the show? Stay tuned. Hashtag Apple event. Hashtag iPhone 16. I'm really impressed. Nobody can tell that this has been written by an AI because there are no robotic words like, embark, unveil, I don't know, all of those. And it seems like a human wrote it, and this is Twitter perfect. So I really, really like this, and I think it has followed the keywords very well as well. So very impressed with Twitter. Let's go ahead with LinkedIn. Okay, again, looks very professional at the first look, because if you see the previous one, it had so many emojis and god knows what. So I'll not read the entire thing, but let's see. Exciting time ahead. Okay, tagline, camera button aimed. Okay, we might also see the introduction of Apple Watch, rumored to bring a bigger screen and enhanced capabilities. Nice. Okay, redefine our expectations. What do you think? Okay, so that is for engagement. Apple devices, Apple iPhone 16, AI integration. Okay, Apple Watch Series 10. Again, I pass it because it doesn't sound robotic and seems like a human wrote the copy. So again, passed. Now let's have a look at okay, LinkedIn is done. Instagram. Get ready for the big reveal. Nice. Okay, so if you see this line, plus rumors are swirling about the Apple Watch Series 10 making its debut, then I would never say that an AI has written it, because AI never says things like rumor, etc, etc. So I love it. It's glow time for tech lovers. Hashtag Apple event. Okay, it has 2 emojis as I said. So again, a pass. Nice. High quality content. Okay. Facebook is also good. Rumor. Okay, I love this. Keep your eyes. Okay. Oh, and let's not forget about the integration. Nice. It looks like a human wrote it. And yeah, Apple lovers. Nice. I like it. Image, I don't think that is very necessary, because I would rather go with the human image. So I hope you saw a great shift in terms of the quality of the content from level 1 and 2. Now let's do level 3. Now if you remember, the quality of the content will remain the same, but we will have a dashboard to manage it. Okay, so let me go there and trigger the automation. Here we are, so let's run it. Let's see if it takes the same article again. Let's see. Okay, so it's the same article. Very nice. So we're able to compare. Okay, nice. Now I will come back to the dashboard, and then we will see what is there. So right now I have these test records, just ignore them, and let's look for the new records. Okay, so yeah, there is a 5-minute delay, so I will pause it right now and let's continue in some time. Okay, so the results are here. Let's see. Okay, so just to give you a proof, it was generated right here. Okay, so yeah, let's check it in the dashboard directly. So I am on first let's go to the dashboard. So total pieces of content 6, pending review 5. This is the content by type graph, then by status, and some more information. Now let's look at the Kanban. So pending review 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so now let's sit and approve this. Okay, right. Okay, so not this one, it is, firstly let's go with the LinkedIn post. Exciting news for Apple, mark your calendars for September 9. Yes, okay, I really like the bullet points. I really like it because I'm a person who likes to the point things. What are your thoughts on this development? Share your perspective in the comments. I really like the CTA as well. It seems like I wrote it. Okay, maybe I'm praising it a little too much, but I genuinely like it. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to change anything, you can change it here, but I don't think I need to change a thing. So I will just put in a publish date. Let's say today is 27, so let's do it for 29. Okay, and schedule. It's gonna ask me, have you added the publish date? And I'm gonna say yes and schedule. And this post has been scheduled, right? Okay, so it goes from here. Now let's look at the Facebook post. Okay, so this is the image. Okay, then this one, hey friends, exciting news. Okay, that's not all, right? Plus with that, how cool is that? This is a phrase that I use a lot. How cool is that? So that's nice. Okay, what features are you most excited about? Feel free to share it. Nice. So I don't usually post on Facebook, so I don't really know the tone that is used there, but this seems like a good piece of content to me. So I think I might just remove this emoji. Yeah, and this looks good. Now for the image, if you want to keep it, keep it. If not, just delete it and add your own image, right? But yeah, let's just schedule it. Yes, schedule. Okay, let's go for Twitter now. Exciting news, right? Get ready for the larger screens. Stay tuned. Yeah, that's how a tweet is. So again, I don't think I need to make any changes. Do I? No. Okay. So publish date. So let's do 30 and schedule. Yes, I've added it. Done. Last, Instagram. So let's see the image. Okay, this image looks pretty fine as compared to the other images, so I might keep it. Then get ready for the big reveal. Yeah, that's fine. Plus the rumors. It's very similar to the second level because the AI modules are the same. So yeah, it's making its debut too. Sounds like an Instagram language to me. But who else is excited? So yeah, that's nice. Let's publish it for 31st and schedule. And that's done. Now if you come back here, you will see that okay, scheduled are 5. Then if you come to your content calendar, you will see that okay, this one is going here, this one. So if you click on it, you will see the details as well. And this one is going on 30th, this one on 31st. So level 3 was a great success. I love level 3. Now if you see the dashboard, then it has been updated, and yeah. So for the scheduling, you can just turn it on, and whenever there is a new blog post, blog article, it will trigger the automation and you can see the results in the dashboard itself. Look for all the resources in the comments below, and also the links to the software, my affiliate links, etc. And if you're looking for AI automated systems for your business, then again check out my description. I will have a link for you to access my website, and therein you can go ahead and give us your request. We will see it, and if that is something that we can do, then we would love to work with you. Apart from that, if you face any issues in the entire build, just comment it down and I will try my best to resolve it. And if you liked my efforts, if you liked my build, then please like the video, subscribe and comment it down so that the other people that are coming on this video know that this video is of great value. That's it from my side. If you want me to build any other system live here in front of you, then comment it again. I will check it out and I will meet you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the description. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Bye. Have a nice day.